Hey guys, Joshua Peterson with Peterson Electric here today on a service call in Aurora in a multi-family dwelling. You can see this is the electrical room. Boy, I don't know how many meters in here. Looks like maybe about 25 or 30. Complaint is that things were flickering. Random areas, bathroom, kitchen, microwave, dining lights, probably some plugs, but she didn't really recognize it. She said once the range turned off as well. She's been a tenant for 2 years, so we made sure that it wasn't a brand new tenant trying to figure out power. She'd actually been here and she's seen this happen quite often. Excel's been out many different times and they couldn't quite figure out what was going on. But they also did have a transformer go out last year, so they replaced that, and it's like a 75 kVA, big, large oil transformer. In fact, it's just right over there. So, and then what ended up happening was that this breaker right here went out. It is this unit 103, and basically what we were trying to do is figure out what was wrong. So we turned everything on in the house, figured out which breakers that she was having an issue with. They all look like the same phase, and then we put a thermal gun on that, and once we had the thermal gun on that, we took a picture, and so everything that was running on the one side of the phase was running cooler at about 65 amps, and it went up to about maybe 70 amps, even though it was running at about 53 to 65 amps between the phases. But the higher amp phase on the right, which in this panel over here was the A phase, but over here it was landed on the B side, well, that was the higher heat and ampacity. So out here on the breaker, I was reading at about 104 degrees, and it was climbing. And so what I finally saw, though, I didn't hear any crackling and none of the insulation was melted. But here's what I finally found, and it was really hard to see until you pulled the breaker. And once we pulled it, we could see that that was charring more on this side, B phase, than A phase. And basically, yeah, then the thread started getting really tight to get out. So this breaker was just about to go down the road, and we caught it just in time. We had it on the truck, luckily. I had a square D QO. It's a QO2125. But anyways, yeah, we had to open this up, replace the breaker, put it back in, and then test the apartment. So again, it looked like maybe an Excel thing because the electrical range went out, but it really ended up being this right here, and you didn't dig that deep because it wasn't as consistent. But again, a thermal gun is always one of the best tools to have. This was about $800. It's a Fluke VT02, and it does really well. I can take pictures of it, and if I have to download to text that to someone or email, I can do that as well. But this actually will prove what was going on. All right, thanks guys for joining us.